I'd like to share with you one of the greatest secrets in terms of health. The reason why people are having epidemic weight issues in our society, where majority of the people are overweight and or obese. And most people think that this is because we're eating too much food. And this is what the colleges teach us. This is what universities, this is what doctors tell us. This is what almost everybody tells us is that when you eat more than you can burn or that you can utilize, then you will gain weight. And I'd like to tell you that as a health researcher, health educator, this doesn't make sense to me at all. And I'll share with you my logic. And if you can understand this principle or this underlying fundamental knowledge or element, then you will have a much better chance at losing that weight or never becoming that overweight. Without this fundamental principle, it's pretty much spinning your tires, burning rubber, and going nowhere. I'd like to share with you this, and let's get to it. So, what I like to say is that most people, especially as they are in their mid and older years, or as they get into middle age and later years, basically they gain weight. And I'd like to tell you that this is because of deficit in the amount of toxemia that the body is able to eliminate. So what I'm trying to say is that they're creating a bigger and bigger debt every day, month, year, decade. What happens is the body stores toxins that it can't eliminate in the least vital tissues. It actually creates these tissues, the excess fat, on purpose, and as well it creates excess water, extracellular water outside of the cells. So basically, it's not going to store the toxins within its vital tissues, organs, or anywhere where it's vital. It's gonna try to create a place where it's gonna do minimal damage to the body and where they can be kind of stored and just basically put aside. And this is primarily because it takes a lot of resources, a lot of time for the body to eliminate toxemia. It's not as easy as just like, whoops, there it goes. And there's a finite amount of toxemia that the average person can eliminate. And interestingly, the fact is that as people age, when they become in their later 20s or 30s or 40s, definitely 40s and 50s, basically their body's ability to eliminate toxins is reduced. And as a result, their lifestyle, which we're dumping in toxins in the form of food containing all kinds of preservatives, antibiotics, pesticides, herbicides, larvicides, and everything, toxins from cooking foods, and as well every cell in the body makes toxins, and of course environmental toxins and toxins from your thinking when you have a negative emotion or whatever. So imagine all of this is happening, but the thing is the body is not able to deal with this as much when it's older, when it's already been degenerated with excess toxemia and improper nutrition and lifestyle. It can't cope. And so basically in the 40s, the fat piles on, the water piles on, and people can exercise all they want, but exercise does not really aid too much, tremendously, to eliminate this toxemia that's long-term stored in the fat. Actually, exercise consumes vitality and energy from the body and nutritional content as well. So it actually puts a load on the body. So yes, the body is able to function better, but it does put a load to exercise. And so it's a double-edged sword there. But what I'd like to explain to you is this concept is, if it was true that the body, whenever it consumes more calories, more food than it really burns or needs, that it would just pile it on, like it would be absorbing it and absorbing it and putting it into its reserves and absorbing it and absorbing it and putting in it more reserves, that this would be a really stupid, not intelligent, it would be really idiotic body, that basically would get so big that it would not be able to walk properly, it would not be able to escape predators, it would not be able to climb trees and get its food, not able to climb trees and go escape, well, basically go and sleep and escape the ground level predators and stuff like that. But this is not the truth, really. The body will not absorb nutrition at certain point, and if it has full reserves and you're giving it more than its daily requirements, that excess will be just eliminated. There would not be a funny trick of nature just create an organism where if you overeat you get big and fat like a tub of fat, that's not really the way it works. If it did, then that would be a stupid body. But I hope you understand that point, because that is the key. The key is that we're putting in way too much the body cannot cope with, or eventually it cannot cope with. Initially in the teens, maybe 20s, depending on your body, it can. However, we're seeing a society where the average health is being degenerated slower and slower. I mean, to a lower and lower level. And we have diabetes happening much sooner. We have all kinds of cancers happening sooner. We have poorer health in general. Our young people are overweight way more than ever before in the history of humankind. And this is the key I wanted to share with you, all my brothers and sisters, that if you want to lose weight, you need to free up energy, vitality, and nutrition to some degree, but predominantly energy and vitality, basically, in order for your body not to just deal with your daily load, all your activities, thoughts, and everything, digesting food, but also to have spare energy and vitality to deal with this excess debt of toxins that basically it's carrying around, that a debt of all the toxins that it couldn't eliminate. So that is the key. You might say, why do some people, they go on a raw diet, they go on a vegan diet, they go on a vegetarian diet, and they still hold on to a lot of fat? Well, it's because it's not that simple. It's requires a nice, very clean diet where you're still, vegetarian diet is crappy diet 99% of the time, if not more. Vegan, same thing. You can have vegan Coca-Cola, you can have vegan fries, oil is vegan, many foods are vegan. You can have even raw vegans consuming their biological foods but putting it into such nasty food combinations that basically mixing acid foods with non-acid foods and creating all kinds of indigestion and byproducts of indigestion, therefore creating toxemia, eating way too much, or eating when they're not supposed to for emotional suppression, or when they're not hungry, or many other reasons. So you could be not getting enough sunshine, you could be not getting enough exercise or movement in the body, and You could be still stressing yourself mentally like crazy, even though you're on a raw vegan 80-10-10 diet, which is one of the most ideal nutritions you can consume. It is actually the biological nutrition of humankind, and comprises of fruits and vegetables, and in their whole, ripe, raw state, organic and plant-based, of course. Well, that's what fruits and vegetables are, so plants. But anyways, yeah, you want to lose your weight, clean up your diet, allow your body to heal and repair itself, sleep extra hour or two. I recommend sleeping 9-10 hours a day, no problem, or lying in the bed horizontally, and watch what happens to your fat. You might melt like a snowman in a Sahara desert if you give yourself enough vitality and energy. Now, this will take weeks and months usually if you have excess junk, because it takes a lot, and you've probably accumulated a lot if you're obese, because there's really no other reason. If you were to tell me, why am I obese? Why am I big? Why are you basically so big? I would just say there's absolutely no other logic which makes sense to me other than the reason that the body, in its infinite intelligence, it didn't want to be so big. It wasn't the plan, it wasn't to do that. The body wants to be ideal health, but what happens is it's not able to cope with your load of toxins that you're putting in, and therefore it has to create a storage method, or a storage place where to put all this junk. Otherwise, it's too harmful to carry in the vital tissues. So, yeah, that's the gist of it. Hopefully, this makes sense. And remember, the body is not stupid. The body will not absorb things at a certain point. It will just bypass nutrition and will let it go through the digestive system. It will not absorb it. It will not assimilate it, because the body has plenty of reserves. Even a lean body actually typically has its full reserves. And we are tropical beings. We are not like penguins and whales where we need multiple inches of fat around our body. We need very little, actually. Typically males in the single digits and females in the teens is what is the full storage capacity of our human anatomy or our body. And anything over that, if you are a woman and you're in your 20s and 30s in terms of percentage of body fat, and men in your teens or more, you're basically storing fat for the purpose of toxins. So anyways, hopefully this will give you a foundation to build on, and I hope you will lose any excess weight. And then if you just want to build some more healthy tissue, some muscles, ligaments, heavier bones, then exercise and sleep is the recipe. Exercise, sleep, good nutrition, sunshine, barefoot walking, fresh air, of course, and just time as well. It takes time. So anyways, have a good one. Talk to you later.